Hello, and welcome to the party. This is our introduction to all of you to the exciting new program now offered by Heartzones called Insights. Hi, I'm Dr. Deb Berkey. I am the Director of Education and Training here at Heartzones, and it is my pleasure to present to you this exciting new program. Our mission is to provide you, the teachers, with programs, products, and services that will allow you to empower students to pursue healthy, active lifestyles. We want to make that as easy as we possibly can for you. Over the years, we have offered for you several different options. Heartzones Move, Heartzones EPE, the Heartzones Portal or Connect, and finally today we are introducing Heartzones Insight. All of these products allow you to be accountable, allow you to conduct appropriate assessment for yourselves, for your students, for your program. It provides a platform for you to make your program visible, so providing advocacy for you at an affordable price. Heartzones Move, as you know, is a group activity solution. That group activity is inside your instructional setting, in your gym, on your track. The Heartzones EPE program is an online version, or a version that allows you to provide your program, impact your students in settings outside of the school building. Both of these are controlled or managed by our great portal, the Heartzones Connect. Today, we are providing for you a fourth option, which is an integrated system that allows you to bring all of this great data together to provide so that you can provide data-driven insights for personalized instructors. You've seen this before. You use your iPad and usually your 3.0 step heart rate monitor or step tracker. And by the way, you can also use an Apple Watch. It allows you to provide instruction and encouragement on a big board, allows you to individualize instruction, allows you to utilize moderate to vigorous physical activity as a means by which, or a metric by which, to assess change in performance, program effectiveness, and your effectiveness as a teacher. Can also utilize it to take a look at social and emotional learning as a component to your program. The addition of EPE allows you to not just focus on instruction inside the school building, but allows you to extend it beyond the walls and beyond the connection as a group to an iPad. Utilizing our Heartzones Blink 24, you can utilize a device such as a Chromebook or an iPad, and because there is internal memory, you don't need to carry the device, and so you can capture heart rate for a 24-hour period of time. All of this information is integrated and collected and stored in our Heartzones Connect cloud portal. And these reports allow you to communicate to the student, to the parents, to your administrators, and assess for yourself the impact of your instruction on the physiological capacities as well as mental capacities and personal social capacities of your students, because you have data. Today we are proud to present an integrated platform that will allow you to utilize assessments from many different areas to demonstrate change in performance, effectiveness of program, efficacy of your particular instruction. Some of the key tools that Insight provides. It has assessments and rubrics for assessment and evaluation. It offers fitness testing and assessment protocols. Included in the program are well-being journals and SMART goals. The capacity to conduct online physical education is also included. And finally, it has some health and physical education resources to promote physical literacy and health literacy among your students. Regardless of where you are in your curriculum process, you are looking at collection of data in a systematic way. All of you have a mission that reflects your particular local constraints. I'm hoping that that also incorporates the mission of the school and the Department of Education wherever you are in the community. But whatever the mission, the outcomes will then be derived from that. And in our particular case, the case today that I will give an example will be the recently released SHAPE national standards, and there are 4 of them, as you can see here. Standard 1 is motor, Standard 2 is cognitive fitness, Standard 3 is social skills, and Standard 4 is social emotional literacy. On the basis of those outcome standards, you will collect the content, or you will select, the content that you will teach. You'll write instructional objectives. You will develop an instructional sequence / progression. And those things that you will utilize within your program, such as fitness concepts, moderate to vigorous physical activity, social emotional literacy, quizzes, projects, motor skills, games, activities, all of those can be housed then as a resource in the Insights program. But best of all, you can develop assessment strategies that will allow you to determine changes in performance to see exactly whether or not you have accomplished your outcomes / standards. So let's take these as an example, the SHAPE America National Standards. I want to make it very clear that I'm using this as an example. And I need to say at the outset that if your state has adopted these standards, then it's safe for you to utilize these as the base as yours. But if they have not, then this is one of the many things that you might take into consideration to develop your local outcomes. But as you can see, there are 4. The first one is develop a variety of motor skills. The second one is to apply knowledge related to movement and fitness concepts. The third one is development of social skills. The fourth one is development of personal, social, emotional literacy concepts designed to promote physical activity. So let's take the first one. If you are utilizing this as an outcome, developing a variety of motor skills, and you look at the grade bands that have been provided for you, and notice that they are provided at the highest level and not across the level, across the band, that would be up to you as a local group to determine what was in 3rd and 4th grade. But just focus on one thing. If we look at grades 3 through 5, and it says 1.5.6 is the development of jump rope, or demonstrates jump rope in a variety of practice tasks, or you look at 1.8.6, which says demonstrates correct rolling and throwing technique, you need to ask yourself the question, well, how will I be able to assess that? You, at the local level, will be developing, if you have not already, rubrics in order to do that. The Insight program makes it a little easier for you to do that. You can create rubrics based on a library of rubrics that have already been developed. You can upload them from your district, or you can make rubrics up, or you develop rubrics as a function of your curriculum development. So you can, as I mentioned, you can select from a list of standard rubrics that have already been developed, or you can create your own. Creating your own would mean that you, as a district, could customize the format. You could make sure that your technical jargon was correct in the criteria themselves. However you would choose to do it, the point is you can utilize insights in order to create, store, and assess your students' performance. Moving on to the second standard, it talks about establishing goals related to enhancing fitness development, or self-reflects and monitors physical activity goals based on self-selected health-related fitness assessment, or applies heart rate concepts to ensure safety and maximizes heart-related fitness outcomes. None of that, of course, says anything about fitness assessment. However, if you are going to perform any of those sorts of things, the knowledge of fitness capacities, i.e. through fitness assessment, would be important for you in order to determine that. The Insights program provides a wide range of standard fitness protocols and provides not only the capacity for you as a teacher to do your assessments, but also allows for students to develop their own goals based on what you provide to them as the knowledge of their fitness levels, in order to practice, if you will, or participate in activities that will increase and promote their fitness levels as you measure them in your class. As the teacher, you can choose standard-based fitness. There's a variety of them here. The Fitnessgram is here. The presidential fitness test is in here. There are many different fitness assessments that you could utilize. You could also make up your own. If you choose to utilize one that is already standardized and one that is already recognized, you can see that you can utilize this information in your classes as you teach your classes. And you can also integrate the heart rate data with Heart Zones Move, and you will also already have, if you will, the information that you need to actually administer the test. So there's printable scoring sheets. You have scoring sheets that you can utilize with your iPad. But the point is, it's integrated. It's all in the same place, and it relates then back to the protocols that you have selected for your program. A huge feature, though, is, and this is something that you need to really think about. Assessment and evaluation are not something that people should do, if you will, to each other. It should be done together. And so the teacher does assess utilizing fitness assessment protocols, but in the Insights program, the student would also be afforded the opportunity to set SMART goals, and those SMART goals should, based on informed decisions about their personal health, the information that you've given to them as the teacher, will allow them to be more engaged and make better decisions, we hope more effective decisions about their health status. Staying with our standards, if we take a look at Standard 4, and we look at the outcomes that are listed underneath, explains the rationale for one's choice related to physical activity based on personal interests, selects goals to participate in physical activity based on examining individual ability, selects and participates in physical activities that meet the need for self-expression. The assessment of these capacities is a little more tricky. Well, the good news about Insight is that it includes well-being journals as well as SMART goals. And these are all based on the student's personal preferences. So the student can set this up, meaning that they're more likely to be engaged if they were part of the construction process as it relates to their participation in your class. There's also some award systems, gamification, that are included in these exercises. For example, a SMART goal creation will teach the student what a SMART goal is, and it will allow them then to set the goal, track activities, and monitor progress. We feel that this will increase the probability that they will engage in self-assessment and increase the probability that they will have a lifelong commitment to health literacy and physical literacy, because these are goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. In other words, they are manageable, recordable, observable, measurable. Here is an example of a fitness test SMART goal. So the student this isn't something that's being done to the student. This is something that the student is engaging in order to increase their capacities and increase their awareness, but also their scores, improve their scores. The wellness goals provide many choices, and so you can see here on the right-hand side that the student works through and decides, well, what kind of goal do you want to pursue? I want to improve my social awareness. It could be my mental and emotional awareness. It could be my spiritual awareness, but it will guide them through and ask them a series of questions that will help them then develop a plan, which is also part of the outcomes in most cases, that will help them to improve their capacities and their health and physical literacy. They can also participate in daily reflection journals and based on their well-being activities after they've set those up. The daily physical activities also have reflection journals. So sometimes it's about their emotional capacities, sometimes it's about their physical capacities, but it's always about a SMART goal and how they can make choices about improving their performance. We know that hydration, sleep, activity, nutrition, these are all components of of our quality of life. And so Insights has also included a reflection journal about nutrition. All of this then can be integrated into your, if you will, grade book. So once you, the teacher, have set up your rubrics and the students have set up their plans, you will be able to make sure that you will be able to gather that information, that data, all into one place and utilize it as a basis for a cumulative student report. I choose to call these progress reports, call them as you will. But again, these indicate to the students as well as to you, based on real live data, what is happening in your classes. Now we've been talking about what you're going to do and a little bit with what the students will be able to do. But remember, students will also always have the capacity, just like our Heart Zones Connect, they will have the capacity to access their personal dashboard. And when they do that, they will have access to all of the things that are listed there on the screen. In other words, it's something that they are manipulating, something that they are choosing to be utilized in the instructional process. But I may need to make note that you need to set it up so that the students want to participate in those sorts of things. It's not automated, it's integrated. There are free resources that are included in Insights. These are a library of lesson plan resources, instructional videos, activity guides. This is a sharing process for those individuals who are using Insights and allows us to improve our instructional capacities as teachers. Finally, remember that not only is this something that you can utilize in your in-class, in-person instruction, but also in your remote and hybrid learning environments. And so you are paralleling, trying to capture that motivation, capture that experience of the students to be focused on their physical and health capacities presented in your class, and so that they can pursue healthy, active lifestyles. A great feature of Insights is that there's a single sign-on and rostering, and this program integrates with Clever and ClassLink and PhysEdMap, so that when you're uploading classes, it takes it's less of a challenge than if these systems are not integrated. So OnSites does integrate with these data collection systems. If you are required to do fitness testing in your state, you can export your testing data as well as all of the data into a CSV format. There are a lot of different ways that you might utilize that. You might utilize that for state reporting, but you also might utilize it for your teacher portfolio to determine your effectiveness as a teacher. So you will have the data. Remember, data is gold. It allows us to make sure that we are collecting evidence that allows you to improve your outcomes. It allows you to utilize data-driven insights to select activities, evaluate students, yourself, and the program, so that you can be an effective administrator, but you can also attract the attention of administrators for appropriate reasons, i.e. the effectiveness of your programming. And we believe that HeartZone's Connect, as well as Move and EPE, will support your efforts if you choose to use Insights. Thank you for attending our launch party. HeartZone's Insight is an effort to magnify whole child student well-being by integrating the data that you need to make sure that students acquire the skills, knowledge, and personal social deportment to pursue a healthy, active lifestyle. For new orders and implementation ideas or book personalized demonstrations, you can see the QR code here. For customer support, call 916-481-7283. To schedule a support call, please utilize the URL on the screen. And to follow anything and everything about HeartZones on social media, you can also utilize that QR code that is listed there on the right-hand side. We, the team, have you covered. Lane Edwards is in Northwest in the international sales. Will Taylor is in California, and he works very hard to also do online training. Sandy Moore is in the Central District. Joe Gooden is in the Southwest and Southeast District. And John Jones is in the Northeast District, and I am in the Midwest District. Shout out to to Louis Montfort for his huge contribution to the HeartZone's family, as he is the author and innovator and creator of Insights. And also would like to shout out to Joe Gooden and Will for their help with this programming, i.e. this slide deck, and we hope that you will consider looking at the Heart Zones family of programs designed to empower you to impact your students through health and physical literacy. Thank you.